At this time, let's meet the starting lineup for the 10-seeded Falcons of Fort Erie International Academy from Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada, winners on Friday night over West Oaks. Starting in one guard position, a 6'2" senior. He is from Montreal, Canada, will play college basketball at Canisius next year, number 0, Christopher Kumu. At the other guard, a 6'2" junior from Quebec City, Canada, number 5, Promise in Landu. At center, a 6'10" senior from Athens, Greece, number 6, Giannis Zanopoulos. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, number 13, Dane Igor. He's wearing number 11 today. And at the small forward position, a 6'6" junior from Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, number 22, Malik Giuseppe Kitson. Falcons are coached by Charles Antamuco. And now the starting lineup for our number 2-seeded squad, the Eagles of Dream City Christians, winners Friday night against DNA Prep. At one guard position, he's a junior standing 6'4", top 10 player in the country from Lagos, Nigeria, number 1, Ikena Alozie. A 6'4" senior from Beaverton, Oregon, will play college basketball in Utah State next year, number 2, Braden Bowe. The one forward position, a 6'5" senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He will play college basketball next year at Colorado, number 11, Jalen Holland. Big man up front, 6'10" senior from San Juan, Puerto Rico, number 12, Alejandro Avilas. He'll play college basketball in San Diego next year. And the big man in the middle, a 7' senior from Lagos, Nigeria. He'll play college basketball in Colorado, number 20, Taco Ipaola.
All right, so 4 games today to decide what 4 teams move on to Kansas. We are set and ready to roll. Dream City comes in here playing very well, on top of their game, all about their business. It's looked the part. These two teams have met previously back in December in Murray and also at Mustang Madness. So both times in Kentucky, Dream City was victorious. The first meeting, 67-37, they won. The second meeting, 73-54, they won. What adjustments is Fort Erie going to have to make to close that gap and move on?
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 big wins right there. I mean, by a big margin. So, you know, I'm sure that Coach George made some adjustments as far as watching film, seeing what he needs these guys to do. I think, again, we always talk about guard play. I mean, when it comes to tournament time, it's going to be guard play. They're going to have to protect the basketball, and they rely on their guards to score as well. So let's see if Fort Erie can get those guards going here early.
Kumo getting the start here today for Fort Erie. Kumo off 2 feet, too strong there, and Dream City cleans up the first miss of the ball game.
And I think the main thing is just play within yourself. Don't try to do too much. Do what you do. We saw great guard play from Fort Erie in the first round.
Alejandro had a really great performance the other day for Dream City. They kind of played through him. He was a facilitator up against the shot clock there. Good defensive possession here. Promise into the front court and unable to complete that layup. So
keep an eye.
Missed opportunity there.
Didn't mean to cut you off there. Keep an eye on Promise as well. Remember, first game he was a little gimpy with an ankle, but he looked fine on that first drive. I don't see anything holding him back.
And for Dream City to continue to have the success that they've had, Coach B, what do they need to do?
This is, again, old hat for these guys. They're battle tested. They just got to get in rhythms. First game of the morning.
Yep.
They just got to find their rhythm.
Out of all the teams that are competing for a championship this year, this team brings back, coming into the season, the most experience. You're talking about every player, a return player to the grind session that's on the floor right now. So this is a very experienced team in the quest for a championship.
What is this? Ollie's, what, third year?
30.
Yeah.
Yep. Bo.
Our first bucket of the morning.
Braden Bo, the Utah State commit, gets us going.
And as we see, talking about experience, obviously, as we see in the NCAA tournament, you see those guys that have the veteran guys, 3-4-year guys, especially now with the portal, that are making runs in the tournament.
And Kumu, that rattles in and out, poked away, and we're going to get a foul going the other way.
Fouls on number 11, Daniel Gore. His first.
Really surprised. Dream City had such success yesterday in the opening round going through Alejandro. That he literally, in my opinion, he was the difference in the game.
They're listening to you, Coach.
Yep. And, Coach, I know when you got to first getting your eyes on Dream City, beginning of the year, I talked big time about Alejandro because what we saw out of him the other day was what we had seen for him for
As
2+ years. Yeah,
as a sophomore. But to your point, Coach, look what happens. Even though it was a broken play, all the attention that he gets there, he collapses the defense. Ike gets a wide open three.
Kubo having to work against the shot clock here.
Oh, good pass though. Good catch as well. I mean, a lot of times
that was not the best angle to get a bucket, but he made it work.
And most times you see big guys just turn and look at the rim because they assume it's a shot. So good eyes right there. That was by the big Ngor.
Kumo is one of the most intriguing players on the grind session to me.
Yep.
He has every single thing that an evaluator could want in terms of if you're trying to project a guy to be a quote-unquote pro. He's got all the stuff. He doesn't kind of put it together in a way. He doesn't present it in a way that makes it as obvious. But he's a kid that just his outlook on the game, if he was a lockdown defender, let me touch the paint and create as much as I can for the guys around me. Okay, and now in an example like this, be able to make that shot.
There you go.
And not be, let me mix you up and I'm gonna go get a bucket.
Right.
That kid, Kinesis has no shot at a kid like that if he makes that minor adjustment. And it's not I don't think it's a skill level thing. It's not I think he plays pretty hard, but just his approach to the game in a situation like this, being able to make sure that, I'm going to make a play for my team. Get in transition, find somebody, press the advantage, and get my team an easy shot. I think his recruiting jumps off. And if he makes that adjustment when he gets to college, he'll be a kid that a year or two from now you'll hear about being in the portal. He'll go and hang somebody out during the NCAA tournament and be a first-round draft pick.
I think part of what you're saying too, Coach, is just how explosive of an athlete
he is. Man.
That's the stuff that you're saying that he has already, for sure.
There's Bo working two-man here with Ike. Kumu sitting down defensively. Ike, we hadn't got a chance to start touching on him. Super explosive guard, and he gets fouled, and he'll earn the trip to the line.
If you could, I'm an NFL guy, AJ. You're an NFL guy, Coach. I'm sure you are as well. If you could put some of these guys through that NFL combine, some of the numbers that they would have,
off the charts.
yeah, it would be ridiculous as far as their explosiveness and the vertical, the broad jump, and all that kind of stuff. And some of these guys, like we saw Kumu do the other day, his 40 would probably be in the 4.3s. He's that type of
vertical
athlete.
40 plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same with Ike.
Exactly, right.
There was someone we had on the grind session that had a record for vertical, and he played with Phoenix.
Kyron,
It was like
Kyron
44.
Oliver?
It was something stupid.
Right?
Wasn't it like 40, 48 inch, 49 or something like that? Vertical?
That was from his mouth. No,
Right, exactly. He could get up.
He could.
He could get up high enough to at least try to sell it. Again, for Erie having to work late into the shot clock here. And Tristan Beckford.
He's back.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Not crazy, but what's great about this team, what's scary about Fort Erie moving forward, it doesn't matter who starts. It doesn't matter who is the guy that day. We've seen Promise start, come off the bench. We've seen Beckford start, come off the bench. We've seen Kumu start, come off the bench. Right. They're interchangeable, and I think they predict their lineups on who their opponents are. And these guys you got to put down your ego to be in an environment like that. And these guys completely accept that from Coach Charles, and it works to their benefit.
And here early, Fort Erie staying in the game with the three-point shot. They're 2 of 3 from 3. Dream City just 2 of 7 here to start.
AJ, you and I had a conversation about going to daylight, taking the space.
Yep.
Promise just had a perfect example of that. He got past the initial defender. He went right into the daylight, and instead of stopping there and finishing the play, he took another dribble and put himself in a position that he
went down that back alley.
Yeah, exactly.
His first 13 foul. Brady Lowe to the strike for 2.
Bo good on the first one. Peterson checks into the game. Lethal shooter.
Yep. Coach wants that spark. 2 for 7 start. He wants somebody to get in, see if they can make some shots.
They'll take a couple trips up down the floor. By the third possession, they'll be running something for him.
Yeah.
Not an 8-hour score. Through the hands of Beckford. Kumu chases it down. Now, I know, Coach, what you're thinking. That may have been an opportunity. They score there. Kumu to get downhill, make something happen with about 6 to go on that shot clock.
I love the drive, though, from Kidson. That was nice. Crossed, ollie over.
Bo with the backdoor cut. Good patience there. I can let it fly.
That makes it so tough for these guys, man. The way, like the training that they're getting, they don't value just being explosive off the dribble. Beating the guy in the alley, getting your shoulder to his hip and touching the paint.
Impressive there. Alejandro leading the break there. And he looked very comfortable doing so.
Be on the rim.
Oh, that's it. More of that.
That's it. But still, he was a half a beat late on that. Now, his athleticism is so supreme that he was able to make up, but the average guy who saw that when he saw it would not have been able to get to finish that play. He'd have been a half a second off. It would have been contested.
Great split there by Ike, unable to finish at the rim. And he's making the point of something you and I work as he stays square when he comes off those pick and rolls. Did a great job of splitting there, but unable to finish. Right here, stay in square, stay in the floor.
Kumu needs a breather right now. They've worn him, making him fight through screens.
And he's got the toughest defensive assignment on the floor.
Right.
On to boot.
Foul number 1, Tristan Beckford. His first 4-team foul.
And something I'll say about Fort Erie guys as well is they're gonna. You could tell they accept coaching because they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Coach is gonna.
Oh, Charles don't play around, man.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't see them give him any bad body language. You don't see him smirk off to him or anything, and that's just a sign of respect and a sign of coachability.
These guys are battling.
My favorite saying from him or any other coach is, don't make excuses. I'm trying to tell you what you need to do. I'm telling you how to fix the situation that you're in. Shut your mouth, take it, and make the adjustments. Yep. Don't tell me what you thought or what could have been.
There's Promise, another young one here for Erie.
And I would, if we get a chance later, I would love to see that again. The way he just kind of rocks the defender with the hesitation and then gets to the rim on the opposite side. It was beautiful.
Here's Peterson. Getting third possession now. He has it.
One dribble too much.
Whoa. Jalen. It's another X factor too, man. He can ball. Another guy with a lot of experience on the grind session. Started at Albuquerque before coming up.
I remember him a few years ago. He could play then. So he's very, very good.
Finish off 2 feet there for Promise. He scores again. 16-12 our score. Now,
Ooh.
All over our dribble. 9 minutes, 5 fouls to 0 in 9 minutes. It should be 7 or 8 to 0. Your style of defense is more aggressive.
Foul on number 9.
You know, but
Charles Yimka.
Number 9.
I'll give him a lot of credit, though. Yingba right there. He's fighting over the screen like he's supposed to. You know, getting that shoulder through the screen. It's a physical play, obviously. And that's why Coach George is so upset, because that's basically how you teach it.
Yep.
Get that shoulder through. You've got to get thin, get through the screen.
You know, one thing I want to compliment is the crews that we've had, the willingness to have dialogue with the coaches. The coaches understand.
Whoa.
Second review.
That's one thing I've always loved about Coach Kyle.
Yep, he does not play with us. Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't care who you are. You're not going to do that on his team. And Chris, can we get a replay of just what happened as they were that last free throw went up? Let's take a look at that.
he's going to get hit in the chest or something, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
And what Kyle understands
Hold
is,
on to that because the refs may come look at it.
they're going to.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have the crew come over and take a look at it. 16-14, 22 seconds to go here in this first quarter as we get that replay pulled up here for you.
That's a pretty good shot. Yeah, just don't comment here. Just look at it. Give us another look, please.
Yep. One more look, Chris.
We're going to review a play. We have a different name. Stay in your benches, guys. Stay your sides. All right, then let's play it through to see the dead ball action.
Okay. Chris, go ahead and play it through to see the dead ball action just afterwards as well. Want to take it back to the beginning?
Yes, please.
All right. Back to the beginning, Chris, on the free throw.
Looking around the free throw lane here.
There we go.
One more time, I just need to get numbers now.
Yep. One more time, Chris. We're just going to look at some numbers.
So remember, white 13. White 13. Red 1. Now I want to see what he does after the play finished.
Yeah, go ahead and play through the dead ball, Chris.
Basket is made.
All right, they'll discuss it. 16-14 is our score.
They're going to give them both a technical watch.
I don't know. Both warrant the tag.
That's my opinion.
I'm worried if it's going to be a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2.
I think it'll, yeah. Yeah.
That's
There's definitely going to be a flagrant.
Yeah, it's going to be at what manner it's going to be.
I don't fault him for getting upset.
Yeah,
there.
No.
I think you have to go, especially if you're going to give him a flagrant
No.
or a technical.
Yeah.
Right.
That has to be a 2.
Yeah.
Right.
If it is a 2, that would put him out the game.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. That's a big discussion.
Yep.
In a winner go home situation. So you're talking about a team with all the momentum in Fort Erie, playing with house money here, so to speak. Off to a really good start, and a play like that, as simple as a box out, can completely change a game.
Now, who's that going to be on?
Beckford was the one that was mixed up in that.
Beckford, yeah.
Which is one of their best players.
Oh, goodness.
And listen, I know at home you're thinking like, man, what's taking so long? But I would rather have this in a game that's this important for them to talk about it, figure it out, have a clear understanding of exactly what they're going to explain to the coaches than just a knee-jerk reaction of a decision, just under the circumstances.
George isn't wrong.
So,
He's not wrong.
What do you say, Coach? It's going to be a flagrant 1?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the right call.
What's it called, Jess? I didn't catch that. Okay.
I think that's the right call,
Yeah.
honestly.
Red 1. Did you get it red 1 for a flagrant 1?
No problem with that whatsoever.
That's the most logical to me.
So on the free throw attempt, previous foul was called number 1, Tristan Beckford. That's his second.
There is no retaliation to referee. No language, no contact. Sure, he was upset. I'm going to allow him to be upset. He just took a shot to the chest.
If his players don't break that up, what do you think ensues?
Get on their players. I can't referee what if.
So 0 for 2.
Erie basketball.
I like that explanation too.
Yep.
Yeah.
This dude he's been the explanation king of the weekend right now.
I've
Like
said
the-
though,
like
AJ,
the
I understand coaches coaching, but overall, the officiating that I've seen since November on the grind session
This
has
by
been
far.
second to none.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
even when we haven't had
Quote unquote.
what in our term the best
Yeah.
crews. We've had crews that have been exceptional, but even the crews that we've had that aren't necessary that
We're
haven't
comparing them to the exceptional ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a travel there.
So 16-14. Kumu checks back into the game here for Fort Erie. So we got a timeout call by Dream City. Now listen, I know the chess game that Kyle is playing right now. So here's what's happening. You ready? This timeout has nothing to do with this 2.9 seconds. This is Kyle letting Charles get himself hung by the referees.
Absolutely.
This is all this timeout is about. He's on him. I'm going to let him try to pick up a tee. I'm going to call a timeout so he gets in their ear even more.
Absolutely.
Because it's the first quarter with less than 3 seconds. That timeout has nothing to do with this next play at all. That's Kyle playing chess. That's experience playing chess. I'm just telling you.
No question.
That's exactly what I'm reading in
No
the room.
question.
Okay, he wants to continue to bark. Let me call timeout and let me let you dig yourself a hole even further.
Yep.
They're going to get a good look
Yep.
here. I mean, that's a great look
Absolutely.
for just 2
Now good
seconds.
for the first 9 minutes.
Now, was that Kyle just used his 30, correct?
No, you just his full.
Was it a full?
Yep.
Okay.
So just to go over that, too, for the fans at home. So you get 2 full timeouts per half. Your 30 is the only timeout that can carry through the duration of the game. So if you don't use that in the first half, you're guaranteed to have 3 to start the second half.
That's why I was going to be shocked if he did.
Yep. You won't believe how many coaches have used the 30 in the first half and regretted it. And they come over the Jets like, we got 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
Right? No, you use your 30. But I only used 2. Well, one of them was a 30.
But if any coach is not going to do that, it's going to be Coach Weaver. That's what I was going to say. I was going to be really surprised if he did that.
All right, early thoughts here in this one. Obviously, it's been a roller coaster of emotions here in this first quarter. Brian, I'm going to start with you. I know you were already talking for Erie with Kumu. The attention kind of got off the players and onto the sideline. What do they need to do? They're leading here, but it feels like the momentum is gone.
Right. I think they just got to get back to business because they're explosive enough with Promise and with Kumo. They're explosive enough every single possession, at least potentially, that if they'll play shoulders to hips, like they could create tremendous opportunities for themselves and for their teammates, and they could be in as good a position as they want to be in this game.
I think if you're Dream City, only down 2, you shot 3 of 13 from the field in the first quarter.
Wow.
So I think they get it going here because they're really not playing well and only down 2.
I feel like they've gotten the looks they wanted to. Just hadn't fallen well. Just jinxed them. Just turned it over there. Kick to the corner. Eli, good shot fake. Nice Dream City catch a break there before Erie gets the rebound.
Sippy Kitson with another hustle rebound right there. Ooh.
Number 20.
So that's going to be on Taco.
And I always like to point those things out. We had one of those yesterday. Even though you may not be able to get the rebound, even if you can just get a tip on it, and it makes it a loose ball where you can, where a teammate can come up with it. Those are huge plays.
First free throw, good. Two at the line there. Holland. That one go. He scored the last field goal for Dream City. It seems like that's been a while ago.
Yeah.
I think that's a really, really solid play. You're a right-handed player. Your comfort, your strength, your ability is to finish it with your right. You got to put a defender in the middle of the lane. Why not insist on your right?
Yeah.
You could go across his face and come back to the left and try to put yourself in a spot that you have to have a better finish than you're capable of with your left hand. Or you could just put it in your right hand and be better.
Yep.
Well, and he saw Braden Bowe in front of him as well, and he likes that matchup, so he just attacked his chest, knows that he can more than likely draw a foul.
But his best chance of scoring it was going to be with his right hand.
Yeah.
So put it in your right hand.
Exactly.
Don't go to your left and try to finesse it in a way that you haven't had success doing in the past.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, and just be who you are. If you're right hand dominant, don't try to use your left hand. Work on your left hand, get better. But when you get an opportunity to make a play, make it with your right hand.
Yep. Oh, great set there. Yes. And Jalen really wanted to complete that one, but really good backdoor action for Dream City.
Number 22, Giuseppe Kitson, his first.
And Aviles is another one of those bigs that you can run your offense through him in that, in that high post or at the elbow, off a horns look. Great passer from the big position.
Dream City's gotta score the ball. 14 points a quarter. You're not going to beat 40 years ago.
And we know their team that's, and again, even in games I've seen them stretch out leads, they're that ether, man. It's just a slow kill. Like, they run their stuff. They're not trying to jack up quick shots. Like, if they're going to get back into the game, it's going to get back with defense and running through their sets. They're going to run a set every time down the floor. So just that, somebody come down and just jack one up and jack one up. Not necessarily Dream City's MO.
Aviles, again, he's one of the best at walling up and not fouling, playing without fouls.
Nice.
Like he did on that last possession.
Did they hit the rim on the layup attempt?
14.
That's okay.
Yeah, hit the rim.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
Ike. Retreat dribble. And to Chris Brown. Back to Ike.
I'm good with that.
And he gets fouled. A chance
I'm good
for a
with that.
4-point play.
If I'm Fort Erie, I'm fine with that. If we can lock you up every possession and you end up with Ike taking a contested three at the end of the shot clock, I'm taking that every possession. I think that's an excellent defensive possession by Fort Erie.
Give credit to Chris Brown as well. He had the dig there from the outside, which was probably ill-advised. But he got the dig and went right back to Ike for the three with the shot clock running down.
So 1-point game, 2019. Our score. Eli with it up top. Kumo running off that floppy action. Seems like they're trying to get him going more than usual, too.
They should.
Yeah.
Get on the glass! Get on the glass!
But even with that play, Kumo had Peterson on an all-out closeout.
Yep.
You got to be better than him. I'm absolutely getting downhill going right at him off of that action. You're going to switch out on Peterson with me every time. Even on that play, Peterson's ahead. You got to press the advantage.
This is the Alejandro I know.
Well,
Alejandro Aviles looks phenomenal this weekend.
Well, and what Dream City's done in these last few possessions, they're just putting on a clinic here as far as just running their sets, getting good looks out of it.
They're no panic type dudes.
Right.
And that's the thing with Dream City and any Kyle Weaver team we've seen coach over the past decade plus or whatever it's been. Like, they're going to run their stuff. Like, they're a no panic, super disciplined squad.
One dribble too many.
Yeah.
And they're playing without
listen, they're
fouling.
gonna run a set. Like, this is not like. And Holland makes me look crazy right there, but again, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna come down. They're gonna value the possession.
Not only has Dream City started to be efficient with their offense, but as I mentioned a minute ago, they're playing without fouling on the defensive end as well. Forcing tough twos, playing without fouling.
For team foul. Jalen Holland to the strike for a pair.
I understand what George is saying on that play, but the fact of the matter is that his player had already done his job. He's off balance. Just get out of the play. Let him fall to the floor.
Exactly.
You don't need to influence the play anymore at that point. You stopped him from at the point of attack. He lost his balance. Just get out of the play. You don't need to take a charge on that.
That's right. That's a, to your point, Coach, I'm just sitting there thinking about it. That's an underrated part of defense is to know when to just get out. Let yourself go back to the tanager sign back there, getting out of his way.
Exactly.
When you recognize that he's out of control.
Yep. This is what Promise did on this last possession is exactly what Fort Erie needs to do. We're better than you. We're not going to try to mix you up. We don't need to out-scheme you. Every time we touch the ball with 0 and 5, we're going to beat you to the paint. Adjust off of that. I can probably guard this, so he's okay. Get off that. Find the advantage.
There
you
go.
go.
Nice. Showing off the
Absolutely.
footwork there.
Just be better. Schemes are great, but sometimes it's about just being better than the guy that's guarding you.
Xanthopoulos with the great patience there. Looked like he was going to get stuck, but still made it to the rim.
And I think a lot of times, a lot of times guys do get stuck because on that play, instead of being better than the guy that's guarding you, we look to make a spectacular pass over the defense back to somebody who has less of an opportunity than we do.
Right.
Don't get off the ball. You got him in the back pedal. Be better than him and go get a bucket.
Yep.
Especially when you don't have to take a crazy, unorthodox shot to do it.
Right. Now you watch anything close
Right
to be a
downhill.
foul. There it is.
That's it. Just be better.
You always notice that. You know, anytime there's contact out front, you get a little reaction from the bench or the coach. And then after that, now anything close, it's boom. It's going to be a call. Because you saw the ref kind of respond to it a little bit. He perked up a little bit.
Yep. First free throw is good. We're tied at 23. Just over 5 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Again, this winner go home and is surviving advanced season here on the Grind Session. Brought to you by Tanner's Sports.
That's 6 there for Promise after that last free throw.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Off the foot above there, over to Alejandro Aviles. He goes baseline, drop off pass to Taco. That won't go. Beckford.
Give a lot
Got
of
himself
credit.
that rebound.
Port Erie on that defensive possession.
You know who they remind me of on that possession? University of Memphis. Penny and his staff, they're doing something. I don't know if you notice it. It kind of
They don't play in the SEC, so he hadn't watched.
flies in the way of conventional wisdom.
Ain't wasting my time with that. No.
We tell kids all the time, don't reach, don't rake at the ball. They absolutely prioritize that in their defense. When we're in Memphis, I had an opportunity to spend a little bit of time on campus with them, watching film with Nolan and with Penny. And what they teach their guys is in situations like that, when you're guarding the ball, you stay solid. But everybody else on the floor, their responsibility is to rake at the ball. And they almost dislodged that and got a turnover on that. And it creates absolute chaos to the offensive team, because every time you put the ball on the floor, not only do you have to beat your guy, but you got to keep it tight enough for you to keep somebody else from getting a hand on it.
So lane violation on Beckford there.
Discipline wins games, guys. Let's go.
Kumu, he's that dude, man. He's that dude. It's like 5 a.m. First warm-up, jog down the floor. Somebody ain't locked in. He's on it. You can just tell. He's the tone setter.
Great pass. Dream City kind of fell asleep right there.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're saying you
Yeah, with that, if I'm Fort Erie, if that's the shot that you're getting,
Go with that.
Promise has got to beat him on that.
Kumu.
No, it's too much. It's too much. I don't like that. You're better than that.
Yeah, it was good defense. Yeah.
You've got to be able, if that's your guard, you've got to be able to get a better shot than that.
Bo with the kick out.
Kumu is Kumu is one of those guys that can hit those crazy shots. You know, he's just got that ability to somehow throw it in the bucket.
Beckford. And we're going to get a timeout called by Fort Erie. It's going to be a full timeout, 26-24. What about the shooting numbers? They get any better
let's get some
for
numbers
Dream
here, Jesse.
City here? They started off the first quarter 3 of 18.
5 of 21 for Dream City, so still struggling from the field. 9 of 24 from Fort Erie, so not much better. 2 of 6 from 3 for Fort Erie, and Dream City just 3 of 9 from 3. Let's see, led by Ike with 8, Holland with 7, and then for Fort Erie, of course, Kumu with 7, and then Landu with 6. This is one of those that we don't have a choice. It looks like it's going down the wire, which with the scores that you told me from previous games, may be a little surprising, but Fort Erie's really locked in. Obviously very intense right now. With, you can tell, of course, we're in the tournament. Both coaches want these games, but you can tell the players are really amped up, ready to roll.
This is Dream City's 6th year here on the grind session, and also Fort Erie's 4th year on the grind session.
Tremendous respect. I've always thought I was at least a good coach. Being on the grind session, like I go back and I study more than I've ever studied before, because these guys, I think, are in a different class than I am. However,
not giving yourself enough credit. Come on.
But no, they really are. I think the level that they prepare their guys, I don't have a problem with that. I absolutely believe I can get to that level. I don't feel diminished by it in any way. But these guys are coaching on another level. One of the things, though, I think that it's the kind of the potential danger in that is you forget sometimes the AAU part of this, which is just go get a bucket.
Right.
And you could be in a situation that you get so dialed into from the sideline, controlling all the things that when you got a guy like Kumo, if I'm coaching Fort Erie, and you're gonna guard Kumo with Braden, I'm gonna beat you to the paint.
Yeah.
I don't need a scheme to do that. And back when we were doing our thing and running up and down the road during the spring and summertime, and we had John and JT and guys like that, part of our thing was we ran good stuff.
Yep.
But a lot of our success came from the fact that I don't care what your scheme is, at some point defensively, you're going to put a guy in front of this dude, and he's going to get beat. Then what? It comes down to that. And with Kumo and with Promise, with this matchup in particular with Dream City, and they're a great team. Kyle does an incredible job, but there's not a person on their roster outside of Ike that's going to guard either one of my guys.
Right.
Either one of them. We're going to get to the paint.
Gotcha.
You're going to send help, and we're going to throw the ball to where the help came from. Scheme around that. And I think that's solid, too, because even talking to guys at the NBA, Coach Fran Fraschilla is a close friend of mine. He gave me an opportunity to come to a clinic before he and Steve Clifford, who was coaching with the Hornets at the time. And that's basically what he was saying the NBA is. We're going to scheme, and we're going to do all these things. But we have a guy that we're paying $20, $30 million a year to play basketball for us that's better than your guy. And we're going to let him go get a basket. And there's nothing you're going to really be able to do about that.
Here's Eli the drive, and Chris Brown with the wall up. Loose ball, though, and Alejandro comes up with it. He has numbers. They got numbers.
That was blocked. That was a great block.
Foul on number 16. Through guard, his first. Chris Brown to the line for 2.
Give Fort Erie a lot of credit. I mean, Dream City really not getting anything from the perimeter. Everything you've seen past couple of possessions trying to get going to the rim. Now, they are drawing fouls, but, they're not getting killed by the three, just like you're seeing Peterson go out of the game. They haven't allowed him to – I don't even think he's attempted a three yet.
Which I think the scout on him is obvious. And the way that he's not – I think to counter that, you have to be more aggressive, getting to the basket and showing them that I want to shoot threes, but I can do other things. And right now he's showing I want to shoot threes, and I'm not going to do anything until you give me an opportunity to do that, which makes him really easy to guard.
Xanthopoulos giving it up. Leak on the attack. And a +1 opportunity coming up for him.
Malik Giuseppe Gibson.
6-point game.
Giuseppe Kitson's had a lot of success getting to the rim in this game. 6 points now, but he's, again, drawing fouls,
That's
gets
just
a
a
foul
bad
on the
matchup.
Belis. Yeah.
Shoulder to hip, I'm beating you. Scheme around that. You can't. The only thing that you can do scheme-wise is send help. And if you got a guy who's a playmaker and who's willing to get off the ball, you can immediately kill that.
32-25 our score. So 2C, 10C matchup. Dream City and 2C here in this one, and Bo with the finish.
Timeout.
Timeout for Erie.
And we got a timeout taken by Fort Erie.
I like Kumu, man.
Yeah.
Full, right? Full timeout. Timeout red.
At full, Kumu was about that smoke, man. He's, bro, has me cracking up all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
Fiery
mean.
guy,
He's-
fiery.
I'd love
guy.
to have him for the summer.
He's
Yeah.
charismatic.
Come down to
you
North
know.
Carolina,
Yeah.
hang
Let's
out.
go to work.
Like,
Let's go to work.
get some work in. Because I tell you, even my name will always be associated with John.
Right.
I don't ever take credit for his skill level thing or anything to that effect. John was sitting here like from above with some things that me or no one else was ever going to teach him.
Right.
He was going to be what he was going to be. The role that we played in that was to simplify things around him. I remember him the summer that he blew up. He went to the All-American camp, and at 6'4", he killed every single point guard in the country, everybody, and like ran by guys and dunked the ball, and laid up and threw the ball all around the gym. And there was a lot of like talk about him. Well, this I won't say.
Names, right.
But there was an article that was written that John couldn't shoot. And his whole focus the next game, because somebody wrote it online and it came out, was buzzing the camp.
Right.
So people start talking about, oh, can't shoot. So the next game, the first probably 8 possessions that he touched the ball, he shot the ball. And so at the half, I pulled him to the side and like, dude, what are you doing?
Right.
He was like, oh, they said I can't shoot. I said, look, you can't. You can't shoot. That's no secret. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
I was going to say, it sounded like something I would write.
Yeah.
How about that set coming out of the timeout?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got to hear the rest of that story.
Yeah, that's a great timeout, too. It gets Joe in a very nice looking 3 there. Great shooter.
Oh, nice help.
Oh, yeah. Xanthopoulos getting caught, slapped down there.
Great help by Eli on that.
Yeah. But Bo's been effective here these past two possessions, getting to the rim. He's got 9 points. Misses the first. So now Fort Erie, they probably want to try to run as much of this clock off as they can. If they get the rebound, of course. Bo now with 10 into double figures. Fort Erie has it in the hands of the great point guard, Promise and Landry.
Oh, you got to use that back door, Eli.
There's Promise on the back cut now. Decides to pull it back out. He's going to have to take a tough shot here. May not get a shot off. They do. Big offensive rebound. Xanthopoulos misses at the buzzer. And we'll go into the half, 35-28. Fort Erie leads Dream City. Try to get you some quick stats real quick before the coach's interview. 6 of 23 for Dream City in the first half. Still struggling from the field. Just 3 of 9 from 3. Fort Erie, 12 of 30 from the field. And 4 of 8 from deep. We're going to try to get George for the coach's interview, but he's coaching right now.
Yeah.
We can't get him off the bench. Which he's fired up. I love that about Coach.
I would be too, man. This winner go
Exactly.
home. You're
Right.
+7 on a
Right.
team that you're supposed to lose to.
That's right. And they've put together a great game plan for this first half and really took it to Dream City to start. Dream City, once again, struggling from the field. But this one ought to get real interesting. Coach is Coach is maybe avoiding the interview, so. Here we go. We're going to get him here. All right, let's go ahead and kick it to AJ. AJ.
All right, Coach. Listen, 35-28, you guys lead here, and this one has been a dogfight, kind of back and forth. Emotional game, obviously, is winner go home season. What's the thought process for you guys as you get prepared for the third quarter?
Man, we're just fighting. We're just taking it possession by possession, focused on defense. And, yeah, man, let the chips fall where they may, but we're just focused on defense, and that's what we can control.
And I know you guys have played them 2 previous times, so we know that both teams are a disciplined team that likes to run their stuff. Defensively, what was the conversation and who to focus on, or what you guys are trying to do collectively as a team defensively?
Yeah, just more team defense as a collective, being in the gaps, boxing out, no offensive rebounds, things along those lines, making sure we're getting back in transition. Just really honing in on our defensive principles.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Yep. All right, we'll hear from Dream City when we come back. This is the Grind Session.
Strive for greatness. Strive for greatness. Strive for greatness. Strive for greatness.
Uh-oh, here you go. Showtime. Good shot. Guess who?
Strive for greatness.
That's where we belong anyway, so it's not something like that we celebrated crazy amount, but it's like just we feel like we belong there, so knowing that we took care of business and now we're here.
It's very different, like the shot clock we had in high school. I had 35 seconds, so 24 seconds, just more possessions, just faster pace of basketball. And also like the 8-second violation and stuff like that. Just when there's pressure, you gotta get the ball out quicker. Just more pressure.
I feel it's like extra motivation because that's what you play for, play for scholarships and all that, but I don't feel like there's any pressure that comes with it because it's still the sport that we practice every single day.
Well, we got a pretty good setup at Iowa United. We have a full-time teacher. We do our schooling online, which facilitates all the travel and taking care of school. Ms. Scott does a great job with the boys, making sure that they're up to date. And yes, if we need to, we do schooling on the road, but these guys take care of business, so we're good.
just playing against good competition. Just every game, either somebody on the opposite end, they're very good players, and just having that competition all the way up through college, then obviously the pro level, just grad session really helps us get ready for that.
No, it's about what we do. We hang our hat on defense, we hang our hat on our principles and the details that we practice. So it's about what we do. We're not worried about those things.
I got a question to you. Have your popcorn ready? You got big some of those back. It's falling right now. Yeah, same extra thing to go, man. They're really fitting. It's that time. It's that time. Goodness. Big deal tonight, and it continues. Good throw down. All the way. Hey. Big time play there. Let's show some grit and something. A long game here, and this one.
Inbound the ball to Avery. He dribbles with John's guarding him. He throws the ball. He runs and pushes his teammate out of the way, and now I'm guarding him. He get the ball back. John can't do that. The difference in the two. One's a first round draft pick, number one pick in the draft. The other never has it.
Yep.
To start the third quarter for Erie basketball.
35-28 is our score. Talking with Kyle over there, I know we missed part of his interview, but he talked about just his guards, kind of head-hunting shots. Maybe one possession not going through their stuff. And he says, you don't win this time of year doing that. So want to get back to being who they are, making an extra pass. He said they only have, 4 assists as a team? I don't know how accurate that number is.
Yeah.
But he knew exactly how many assists they had as a team, and that's not the way Dream City has success.
I said these before the interview, 6 of 23 from the field. So, struggling from the field very badly, and 12 of 30 for Fort Erie. So not much better there for Fort Erie.
And another turnover there, and here comes Promise, and he loses the handle. He gains it. And Alejandro sprint back on defense. Gets his hands on it.
Number 6.
I want the aggression you just fouled him. That's it. Go get a 50-50 ball.
Southwest is third.
Listen, you know what's crazy? I hope people understand this. I know you guys love the game. We live it. In our own ways, we live it, right?
Right.
And you know what's a guilty pleasure for me outside of seeing that dunk? I'm seeing the reaction and the love from Coach B over here when he hears certain things come from coaches. That's that like, I'm where I need to be.
Absolutely.
This is it right here. This is my playground.
Yeah, absolutely.
NBA who? College what?
Exactly.
This is grind session time, baby.
Well, I love what Coach just said. I know that's what you're kind of getting at. Is I want that same aggression. It was a foul a minute ago on Zontopoulos. I want that same aggression to get that 50-50 that you just fouled this kid with for whatever reason.
I'm going to say this. I'm not afraid to jump out there. Fort Erie finishes this way. There's very little chance that anybody other than them wins this whole thing.
What? Whoa, wait.
I'm telling you.
Coach.
If they continue this way, look at the play that they just made.
Right.
They know they can't guard us. Do you know how stressful it is defensively to have to guard guys who know that they've got 3 or 4 dudes that every time they touch it can go and get a
Yes, I do, Coach. I do.
Your whole playing career.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
That's it, man. Like, it's tough, especially this time of year.
8 points there for Giuseppe Kitson after that free throw.
I do think Dream City will make
nice
their
pass,
run and make
Ike.
this a game. There's just too much firepower, too much experience, but I get what you're saying. Fort Erie's playing a tremendous brand of basketball right now. And listen, this is a program who we've seen a kid develop in Miller.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Leonard
his
Miller.
Leonard Miller, who's in the NBA now, that was with Fort Erie. He was on no one's radar. Like, he was an under-the-radar guy. Gave us Lamar Odom type vibes. And, you know, it's just But anyway, my point with Fort Erie is they felt like they had a signature win at the beginning of the season in Toronto. They had beat Utah. It was a great atmosphere. And then that kind of went to their head. Charles will tell you, our guys got a big head. We struggled after that, and we had to re-identify ourselves. And this seems like a team that now has the identity that they have wanted to have all season long at the perfect time.
Yeah. And again, what my statement was, if they can continue, that makes it extremely tough. Can you continue this?
That is different. You got an Ike. This kid right here.
Yeah, I was going to say Dream City's going to have something to say about that for sure. And as you mentioned, they'll continue to just run their stuff. They've been here before. That one did touch the rim. Ooh, and gets it bailed out on a foul, which it was a foul. So great hustle there by guard.
If you look at the way Ike plays, though, he's at his best when he plays the way that I'm describing and that you've seen out of Fort Erie. There's not a whole bunch of wasted motion. I'm bigger, stronger, faster than you. He gets shoulder to hip and gets to the middle of the
Listen,
paint.
the monopoly that's being played. So, Kyle, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I was walking to do the coach's interview for the last 30 seconds of the half. And Kyle was on the refs about Fort Erie talking on free throws. Saying this is high school, they can't talk on free throws. Now he has his entire team, coaching staff, talking on every free throw for Fort Erie. So I just want to let you know the detail of the pettiness that goes on. But listen, hey, if you're going to allow it, then we're going to do it to the 10th power. And Ike getting downhill with a lob to Taco. And the minute the refs stop it, Kyle's going to lose his mark. I'm just telling you.
Well, I mean, is it not a rule? I mean, I don't understand.
There is the rule. That's the point of Kyle pointing out. So, okay, since you're not going to enforce it, we're going to talk like crazy.
Right.
Since you're not going to enforce the rule.
I don't blame him at all. I'm still mad about the Kentucky game the other night about that happening. They clapped at it. I mean, but that's, you know, kind of to my point. Like, is that not a rule? Like, I don't understand.
First, and that's why the hook comes.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
39-35, 4:48 to go. Kumu had a really good first half, Promise along with them.
There you go. Got to finish that, though.
I love Ike in transition, man.
That was definitely traveling.
Swing it. There you go.
Right downhill. That's a dunk.
Great defense.
Good wall up. Alejandro couldn't get it. Ike on the follow, and that goes. And we got a timeout call by Fort Erie. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
He's right.
Yep.
He's absolutely
and
right.
I miss what Coach is telling them.
Timeout, right, or 30?
He killed a timeout because they've completely lost their focus.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go 30, White.
Yep.
They're not aggressive. They're not assertive. They're not swarming defensively like they did in the first half. They're not communicating with each other. They're not pressuring the driving lanes. They're not doing any of the things that they were doing to get themselves in the position that they were in.
And that's what it takes to be a championship team on the grind session. You have to be disciplined for 4 quarters plus. So it starts with preparation. It starts with committing to that preparation and being who you are and dominating your role. Dominating. I think that gets lost in it sometimes where guys feel like I'm trying to be the guy. I'm trying to be there for my team. No, just dominate the role that we know that you are here for. Dominate that role.
I think that's the thing that makes, again, a great team in a great conference in any state in the country, and then a grind session team. The difference is you have to be at your best. Your best has to be high. And you have to be able to reach that best and sustain it over time, consistently. You just getting to that high mark on your talent level or your ability isn't enough.
Right.
Because if you can't do that for 36 minutes, you're going to lose.
Yep.
And what coaches know more than any, or obviously more than players usually, is that every possession matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you give away this little offensive rebound that turns out to be 2 points. I mean,
And
you end up
here's the
beating.
backcourt. Taco's going to pick it up instead.
Oh.
And +1 opportunity.
And you know, it just kind of, I kind of get the feel, you know, this is kind of what Dream City's been here before, right?
Yep.
And it's just
That's
kind
our
of
experience.
what they're made of. Like, we understand we've got to get back in this game right now. You look up at the scoreboard, tie ball game, and we're right back.
As much as I know Dream City runs great stuff, and you talked about it, guys running their stuff, and you mentioned this a little bit. When they start getting some transition buckets, they become their level of winning goes to a whole nother level. You get Ike out in transition there. I know it was a loose ball that Taco picks up, but you get Ike in transition. I mean, there's not a better finishing point guard in the country. It's hard to find one. Maybe Kumu. We may have them both in this game, but all of a sudden momentum has completely shifted the Eagles' way.
And give these kids a lot of credit, man. I mean, you know, you expect this from the college guys. You know, you understand time, situation, and all that. But even Dream City right now, like a guy like Aviles, all right, I got to get a bucket, man. I got to do this for my team. You know, I mean, it's just impressive stuff.
The next stop is Kansas for one of these teams. And we got a ways to go to find out who that will be. But no doubt about it, Dream City's on a run here.
George made a really good substitution. Tristan doesn't have it. I don't know, like, what.
That flagrant took him out of.
I think he's because he was injured prior to. I'm not sure, like, what, but whatever it is, he doesn't have that now. And I think he knows it. And I think his teammates know it. He can help them in spots, but in terms of being a big part of what they're doing,
like he has been in the past.
Exactly.
Just not there right now.
That's not there.
And who's going to make a play for Fort Erie?
Well, somebody got to right now with this clock running down. That's going to be, yep.
You know, I mean, but that's the thing. They're going to have a guy step up and say, look, you know, let's get it together. And then eventually somebody's going to have to make a play to get everybody else to believe. Because you're kind of, You talked about the momentum earlier. The momentum is fully on Dream City's side now.
Now, we've seen Charles use one timeout. Do you feel like they're pressing just a little bit for Erie? They get late in the shot clock there. Rotations are kind of little late. You know, if they continue to just be who you are, they'll be fine. They'll continue to compete in this ball game. But Ike, ooh, missing that one.
I just think they're putting so much pressure on themselves because you're trying to scheme around something that you don't need to scheme around. When these guys get the ball, they were in the positions that they were in the first half because they were putting the ball on the floor and they were getting an advantage every possession. And it wasn't necessarily because of the scheme that they were running. They were just better than you. And so when you take the pressure off, you take the emphasis off that and you put it back on do this, go here, go there, it allows Dream City's defensive schemes to impact what you're able to do.
Here's Bo on the drive, and he'll get fouled, and he'll have an opportunity to line up and shoot two.
I hate to bring up bad memories, but of course the Fort last night was scoreless in the third quarter. Here we are in the third quarter in this game. Fort Erie only with 4 points. We're more than halfway through. So another rough fourth quarter for this program, or excuse me, third quarter. And Dream City has built that lead off of that.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible.
It was.
By the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, we'll get into that during Utah's broadcast, but man, that third quarter to hold a team scoreless for 9 minutes.
Right. And Utah Prep
Absolutely unbelievable. And it went another minute plus in the fourth quarter before they scored. Actually, over 10 minutes.
Utah absolutely deserves a good amount of credit for that. But we can't ignore the fact that if you look at what was going on the offensive end, it was a bunch of standing around. It was a bunch of guys that were on their back foot, like hoping that something magical happened instead of putting the ball on the floor and trying to make things happen.
It's the second violation on a free throw for Fort Erie. So extra opportunity for a good free throw shooter for Bo. I jinxed it. My bad, bro. That broadcaster's jinx is undefeated, man.
Even with that, why pop on that? You spent the past
5 seconds.
You spent the past 6 minutes passing the ball around the perimeter. You set that little brush screen in the middle instead of going to the front of the rim wide open where they hadn't had it hasn't been a point of emphasis for them to guard you down there anyway. Instead of going there, you pop back up top so you can continue to throw the ball around the perimeter.
A little pressure here, now zone look. That's wide open. I don't know about playing zone with these shoot. Oh, that rattles in and out. Peterson and Bo on the floor. Zone, that's pretty interesting strategy here. Eli off his foot. Tiptoeing that timeline. Promise now tiptoeing the timeline. They'll settle. Promise looking to go to work. Peterson sitting down defensively. And tough fadeaway there. Alejandro tries to get his hands on it, but it'll stay with Fort Erie. Ike checks back into the game here for Dream City. Go ahead, Coach.
If Promise has the ball, I'm losing my mind if Peterson's guarding you and the best you can get is a fadeaway.
Yeah.
That's the difference in the game, man. You got to put that guy in the basket. And that's got to be your mentality. You have to, like, that has to be your priority.
Here's Malik. 5 to go on the shot clock. Driving left. Holland sitting down defensively. Kick out, good look for 3, and that won't go. And another offensive rebound, though, for Fort Erie.
Got to be a foul. He got fouled about 4 times there. Yeah, all from Jalen Holland. He kept slapping him like 4 times. I'm like,
hey, he's like, I'm going to get this ball until you call it.
Hey, if you're not going to call it after 2, okay,
That's
I'll
right.
keep doing it. I've seen more Colorado commits this. Speaking of Jalen Holland,
Yeah.
I've seen more.
We got a few on the ground session. You got Jalen Holland.
Jalen Ruffin's
I don't
there
think they
already.
recruited anywhere else.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
Josiah Sanders is going to Colorado.
Yeah.
Taco's going to Colorado.
They came one weekend and said, you.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, if you're a
There's
college
more
program,
teams that
though,
should be
let's
doing
talk
that.
about that. How are you not here?
Yeah.
Mid-major, major, like, how are you not at it?
Because
half a dozen events a year.
the thing is, you can find the third or fourth, maybe fifth best player on some teams that can fill a role for you at college.
Y'all hear all the ruckus down there. Listen, we're going to have a moment of silence next time for Erie shoots a free throw. I think it's absolutely comical right now.
I mean, and you told us, but I was wondering after that first time, I was like, what is all the commotion about here? Get it? Yep. Look good out of his hand right there.
46-40. What a run here by Dream City.
That's what they need. Just be better, man.
It's 11 for Kitson.
Live with that.
Yep. It's a good foul.
Fouls on number 22, Malik Giuseppe Kitchen. His third, Alejandro Aviles.
I'm telling you, I get it. Like, as a coach, it becomes, it's so easy to get caught up in your scheme and I studied and this is what we need to do. There comes a point, and I think if you talk to anybody that's successful at any level, you put the ball in the hands of your best player or the place where you have the biggest advantage, and you say, go get one.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that guy, that's when it gets tough.
.42, 90 seconds to go here in this quarter. Promise with it up top. Eli, he'll scan the floor as Ike sits down defensively. Anthopoulos, he'll get it. Post entry and Dang. Oh, man. They called Dang with the hook.
No, it wasn't necessary.
No.
When you got that length and that athleticism, just turn and jump. Just be better.
No pressure here.
Peterson. Over to Holland. Holland. Patience here. Well, good matchup here late in the shot clock. Tough shot there. There you go.
I still don't think Peterson's attempted a three. Not that I recall.
He's just waiting on the right time, maybe, Coach. Oh, gamble there by Chris Brown. And it's going to be a foul there. Now, listen, on these free throws, I want you guys to sit back and enjoy the music. That is the Dream City bench. To give you the backstory, he kind of went to the refs about Fort Erie talking on their free throws. They are about to go absolutely ballistic. Let's take a listen and enjoy. And then they take a break. And again, they give themselves a break. And soon the player touched the ball. The church will say amen. Sort of, that's where we're at right now. And here they go. Tell you, you can't get nothing past these coaches, man. I find it hilarious.
The coaching that on the grind session is on another level. Man.
Yeah,
it really is. I know I can coach basketball. These guys are professionals.
But you think about it, the comedy in it, they know what the rule is, and the other team was talking like, okay, you're not going to enforce it? Cool. That's all right. We're going to take it to another level.
Be
then.
aggressive.
Malik. Promise. Yes.
Be aggressive.
Big shot there. Get him within two.
That play was possible because instead of catching the ball,
good lead there.
Don't swipe down. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That last three, it's 12 for Inlandu.
And the frustration for Charles is you're in a good defensive position.
Absolutely.
All you have to do is just wall it. The two shots coming up. And see, Kumo's wanting his team to do the same thing. Hey, see, it's a game of cat and mouse. See, he's asking his bench, I want y'all to talk too.
But when has that ever been illegal though? That's not the issue.
No, so on the line.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Oh, you got to come up with that. Oh, you got to come up with that.
No. I'm not challenging it. I'm asking you. I'm not challenging it. I'm asking, can you review that? I'm not challenging that.
Run the game, referee! Run the game!
25!
I wish we had a picture of the look that Kyle just gave over there.
Nope, I'm not doing that no more. I got in trouble with them years ago.
I said I wish. No, I wouldn't really do it.
Hey, DC. No, hey, down here.
Fort Erie's back to being aggressive.
Promise, getting downhill.
No.
Stop and pop. Oh, wow. Tied at 49. Promise say, I got you, coach. I got you.
Man.
I got you. Back and forth we go. We're on the seesaw. It's a roller coaster. This is what we call the grind session. This is it.
Did you see what Kumo did a few minutes ago?
Yeah. He was trying to get all of his teams to talk to
No, he literally subbed.
Xanthopoulos.
Yeah, subbed him out of the game. He was like, no, get him in. And you should have seen the rest of the guys on it. They were like, what's he doing? When you have a guy that's grooving like that, that's aggressive, I'm 100% that coach too.
Mm-hmm.
You're out there, you know in real time what's going on and where we need to be and what we need to be doing. You think that guy doesn't help us? Bet. Get him out of the game. I want him out of the game too. If you want him out of the game, I want him out of the game.
So listen, this is what I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know who's going to come out on top. The score is 49-49, Dream City, Fort Erie. Let's go. Who's going to Kansas? The next 9 minutes, maybe we find out. This is the grind session. Let's go.
As we start the fourth and final quarter, Dream City basketball.
Dream City in this game, just 19 of 31 from the free throw line.
Oh, wow. Iron fair, terrific.
Yeah,
sure.
Not a great percentage there. The two leading scorers are Ike with 15 and Promise Fort Erie with 15.
Now they're back. Fort Erie's playing like they believe again.
Peterson with his first attempt well off there.
Absolutely not.
Good hustle by Alejandro Christian.
Shot clock! Guys, what? They reset clock? There was no possession. Can you go back to your box, please? My bad. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
So, I know what Charles is asking. The ball, it was a dinner ball. So, did the shot clock expire as they're scrambling for the ball?
Right.
Was it a shot clock violation? Because nobody gained possession.
There was no possession. Hey, go to your bench. Review.
All right, so we're going to take a look at that, Chris, with a view of a shot clock if you got it. So what they're looking for is there was an air ball. Was there a reset of the shot clock? Because the clock should have.
Said he didn't have it.
It doesn't have an angle with the clock? It doesn't have an angle with the clock.
He doesn't?
With the shot clock on it.
So we don't have an angle. So we're hold on a minute. But we'll have a clock. We'll have a game clock. We'll have a game clock ticking.
It's not, the shot clock's not connected.
I know, but without a game clock.
Yes.
I know where, when it goes off that, I know where the, if we can rebound when the shots.
Can we see you with the game clock, Chris? Just it'll go off the time of the game clock as well. So if you could just replay that last possession, see if we can catch anything there.
He releases the ball. I know it comes off the backboard with 5 seconds on the shot clock. So I want to see what the game clock is when he's releasing the ball and shooting. That would give us an idea what the shot clock
We want to remind you that coming up right after this one, our second game.
All right, so this is, again, the number 2 seed, number 10 seed doing some battle here, man. This is
We'll be taking on the 5 seed Iowa United squad.
We'll be able to see the shot clock. You can.
Oh, you can see the shot clock up there. Yeah.
They move.
quarterfinal matchup today.
Keep going, Chris.
We've got prolific prep coming up in our third game. They'll be taking on the Academy of Central Florida. And then our fourth and final game of the day.
Go back to where he's tipping the ball. Go back where he's tipping the ball back in.
All right, go back to where he's tipping the ball back in bounds. But Alejandro's tipping the ball back in bounds.
I call that. I think that's control.
So we're going to reset to 14 now. What we got to have our clock at?
We don't have possession yet. We don't have team possession. It's a control tap. 3, 2.
Well, that's control with the tap. So we should be at 14. And then red. What's the result of the play?
I think we have possession going
Yeah.
to the ball.
What was the status when we killed play?
We killed in terms of status of the ball, because red had possession of the ball, we called it held ball. So we're going to go held ball possession arrow.
Yeah, I think that's the right call
Yeah,
as well.
perfect.
I think that
Sure.
Fort Erie, as the ref explained, had possession, and so it'll be a jump ball.
They got it right.
And there was like 2 to 1 seconds left on the shot clock when he had it.
How about this crew, man?
So the call on the court is jump ball.
Yeah, they've done great.
Possession to
Yeah.
Fort Erie.
Was it a jump ball because it was inconclusive, or
No.
There was still
There
time.
was still time on the clock.
Okay.
There was 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and when the whistle blow for the jump ball, and then possession arrow is in favor of
And
Fort
he
Erie.
and he had sole possession.
Yep.
Fort Erie possessed the ball.
That's not it. He'll be on the floor there.
Fouls on number 2, Braden Bowe, his first.
So that was off the ball.
Yeah.
That wasn't even on the,
Foul.
because they called that on Bo.
Oh, he missed them. Cuts it out. They're blocking. Peterson, good job to chase that rebound.
I think you got to go. You got to touch the paint. 49-49. You fought to get back in it. You hit a 3 to end the quarter. Go touch the paint. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Peterson comes up lipping there. Kumo straight to the rim there.
There you go.
This zone has been really effective. I thought with Bo and Peterson out there, there'd be some opportunities for them to get some good looks from the perimeter, but
he hasn't been in rhythm the whole night.
yeah.
And as long as they continue to stress him a little bit, they close out, make him shoot it extremely deep. I think.
And they're
this is a good
switching their
look.
defense mid-possession, so they're starting off with a zone look.
Oh, great.
I don't know if they're hitting a certain amount of time on the shot clock where they switch and go 5. He yells out 5 for man-to-man, but half possession, they try to get them moving and then switch it to man.
That was a great shot right there. I mean, essentially ended up kind of being a hook shot off the opposite leg. I mean, that was nice.
There's Malik with the post up. Kick out, good look for 3, and that goes in. And Fort Erie back up 54-51.
25!
Huge shot.
So here we
right
go.
there.
Here's the zone look.
They got to be careful. Ike's thrown that pass
Now here
to
they
the
go,
wing.
switch to the men.
a couple different times. Stay on your feet.
Oh. And see, now you got, okay, this is what I'm saying. So now you have.
There you go. Finish that.
Yeah.
That should have been an and one, too.
Yeah.
This is a huge
Gotta
run
be
here.
aggressive.
So, Chris, can we see the whole last offensive possession for Fort Erie? Because this is what I'm saying. We know Dream City wants to run their stuff, correct? So what's happening is you got a game of chess. So he's allowing Dream City to start their zone offense, their zone O, and then halfway through that possession, he's switching to man, and now you have your big out of position or whatever the case may be, where he would normally not be if it was a man-to-man set. So in the beginning of the possession, here they are in the 2-3. So now so now you're gonna go with a high-low look. You're gonna put your big in the rover spot, right? So now they're already switched back to the man look, and here he's still zone O. So now you have your big on an island having to put it on the floor, so it's a game of chess that's being played right now.
And that could have been
good call.
That could have been a greater series for Fort Erie if Ding hadn't left his feet.
Right. Yeah.
That plays completely different if they throw it in the middle and he stays home.
I don't see Charles changing this. Maybe he adds some pressure here, but he's giving them different looks to get them out of rhythm of the sets that they're trying to run.
To your point, Coach, I thought it was going to be a dunk, but give Ding credit for recovering.
There's Holland into the front court, straight man-to-man here for Erie.
Well, and Coach Weaver had to get Alejandro back in the game as
for
well. You notice, even though it's not Alejandro making the play, he's the one setting the screen right there for a wide open look for Bo.
There you go. Got to finish those.
Yep.
Fouls on number 14, Chris Brown. His first.
I think you've seen Fort Erie make that effort too to start getting back to the rim. Yeah. Don't settle.
You look at the difference between where they are, where they were in the third quarter and where they are in the fourth quarter. For them to come out aggressively looking to make plays whenever they touch the ball, that makes the difference. Felt like after halftime they came in and they wanted, okay, let's throw it around, let's run our stuff, and they didn't stress the defense at all. Everything that they got, even the action up top, wasn't a pick and roll. It was a pick and pop. It makes it really, really difficult to play that way.
No, I called my 30 already. Yeah, I called my 30. Ref, I called my 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's first time out, so I got 2 points. Yeah, thank you.
And let's stay with Dream City here. 16 seconds.
Ngor,
shot clock.
Ngor prevents a dunk right there just with the deflection. I mean, I know it's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but that's one of those that prevents a dunk.
I don't understand
There's
the
no
floater
contact on that?
on that possession.
Ref, that's what I talked
When you
about.
have a guy that's as
shot
good a
clock should
shooter
be
as
at
he
14.
is,
Yeah.
absolutely. When you're as good a shooter as he is, I'd go to
Why
daylight.
did my guy fall out of bounds?
14. And then run 1 second off of it. You're actually at
13.
Taco with it up top. 7 to go on the shot clock.
Great play.
Big shot right here.
Yeah, shot clock.
Oh, gets some shooting numbers for Dream City, man. It's been tough. Been tough.
I'm looking matchups, man.
And loses the handle there. Bad turnover. Holland. And that one goes. I don't know if the ref seen the ball go in. He signaled 2 shots, but that ball went in.
He's not a legal offender when he moves towards and under airborne shooter to block or shoot 2 times.
It would have.
I apologize. Thank you. Want to count the basket? Thank you. Count it. 1 shot.
Ref, he walled up and was moving backwards. He doesn't impact rhythm or motion or balance.
Fouls on Tristan Beckford. That's his
Come on, ref. Come on, ref. We got to keep it together now, man.
58, 56, 5-10. We go a +1 opportunity here for Holland.
Hey, we're in step double. Step double. Step double. Step double. Let's go, Pete.
It's been a great game, folks. A great game, a great way to start the day. That is for sure. Promise, being guarded by Peterson, trying to get downhill.
Yeah, that's a great play.
Yeah, that's going to be a +1 opportunity, too.
Coach, you've been talking about it all game long. You could tell Promise just made up his mind. I'm getting to the rim. I'm going to get down low.
Absolutely.
And shoot it off the window.
Sometimes it's just that simple. You're not better. The guy that you have guarding me isn't better than the guy I have with the ball. Precious did a better job that time. We had the pull-up earlier in the game. Again, shoulders parallel to the baseline. Let me get the ball up over a defender as opposed to him turning his shoulders towards the basket and being able to go on the attack. That's got to be your posture every possession going forward if you're 4-day. If they do that, they win this ball game.
61-57. Both teams have had some runs. We've had lead changes.
Erie mixing up the pressure again.
They're in the zone right now. Now they're switching to a man.
You got to square. Precious was a little bit late on that.
Holland. I was going to stay with Dream City there.
Again, another one of those big plays from Aviles right there, just to make.
Hey, but I'm going to say, you got to come up with that rebound if you're 4-year.
You do, right?
You got to go rebound with 2 hands, man.
That's right.
Backdoor, Holland, dump off pass to Taco. Taco off the glass. It's good.
Great finish. I was expecting maybe that to be a little fumbled or whatever it may be, but he kisses it off the glass.
Promise right back to work. Oh, doesn't go there. Ike with the rebound. Numbers here for Dream City. Bo, layup. Yes, we're tied. And +1. We got a call.
Oh,
wow. How about that? We got a tie ball game, a chance for Dream City to go back up. This is a dogfight, folks. Absolute dogfight.
You can't ask for a better opportunity than that. You get downhill, you get to the paint, you got to finish that.
Free throws, man. What is the number here for Dream City on free throws? That's the ball game.
20 of 33.
Wow. Anthopoulos with the handoff here to Eli. Oh, feet kind of shuffled there, and Ike comes up with the loose ball. And
the ball can't be in his hand.
Oh, what a pass was that? Oh, me.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's a
Defense. Sit. Don't reach. Subs it. Y'all know if you like.
How can you not love these kids, man? I mean, like, seriously. That's what makes this place so special. Ike.
Come on, Precious. You got to have more Precious on the backside, more pressure on the backside of that. In the gap.
There's Bo working against Beckford. Kumu.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the right call. That's the right call.
It is
That's the right
absolutely,
call.
yep.
That's the right call.
Wow, great eye. Great eye.
That's the right call.
And good hands.
And that's going to go to Dream City.
It's so easy to foul right there, but he gets all
has no argument. Look, hey, this is what I love about these young kids. They just move on to the next play. There's no whining. And I got, like, he's like, all right.
Well, that tells you the ref got it right.
Yeah.
25. Stay home, Tris. 5.
Tristan's got to sit on Peterson.
Big rebound.
Eli can't be on the phone.
Big rebound.
There's Ike barking out instructions. High screen coming from Aviles, and rejected, loses the ball. In the process, regains control. Holland's going to have to let a long one go. And that hits out of bounds.
Box out.
And we'll go the other way.
Hey, horn.
63-61. It's promise.
This is the advantage.
Back tip there.
Gotta get
Taco
out of
on
the
the
corner.
run out.
Oh.
And the throw down there from Taco.
Great
Showing
job.
off his athleticism, and we'll get a timeout call.
Timeout, Dream City.
Sometimes I can't help it, man. I just applaud these kids because it's almost something I didn't expect. You know, one of those I'm thinking he's going to mess it up somehow.
Absolutely.
With the big man running the floor like that, full speed. Great job by Taco to stay under control and throw that one down.
So 30-second timeout taken by Dream City.
That last possession, AJ, Tristan in the corner doing nothing. We got pick and roll action that we're setting up on the wing. Why are you there? The only thing that you could possibly do is bring a third defender into the mix.
Yeah.
If I'm not putting the ball on the floor with the idea that I can pitch it to Tristan for a 3, he's got to be out of there.
Hey, get him out on time, Red. Here we go. Get him out on time. We're ready. Let's go. Let's go.
I want this matchup.
Tied at 63, under 2 minutes to go.
Great save. Yes. Great finish, man. That was good defense.
But
It's crunch time,
But
baby.
look at the matchup, Cullen.
Peterson.
Ding being guarded 20 feet away from the basket by a 7-footer.
Right.
Oh, big shot there by Jalen Holland, the senior, responding. Malik backing down. They'll double him. Ooh.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
I do too. I mean, I like the challenge, and I
think it was clean up top, but got him with the body. And Taco gives say great job, ref.
Yeah. Kumu's one of those dudes that
Let's watch this replay.
He just keeps climbing.
Yeah, he does.
That's a no call, I think. I mean, I get it. Body.
It sounded like somebody hit a sound effect button on the podcast, just like
Hey, and
the crowd effect. Boom.
And think about how most kids are maybe a little bit too cool to do something like that. Think about how good of a coach you got to be to get these kids to do this on the bench over there.
They're in sync too.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way not to let that get in your head a little bit.
Right.
I mean,
Shots under a minute, remember.
66-65. Oh, dangerous pass there. Kumu sitting down, playing some really good defense there.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Too.
Oh, man.
Great defensive possession.
That may be
Kumu.
They come out
Incredible.
with this win. Go back to that play.
Right.
Go back to that possession right there.
Look at it.
Chris,
he knows it.
can we see just that whole sequence with Kumu and Ike dribbling up top and taking the shot? Kids, this is the perfect way to be physical without fouling and playing some really good defense. And we know Kumu is a guy that wears his emotions on the sleeve and really gets after it. Look at him. He's not fouling. He's sliding his feet. He's pushing off that inside foot, gain leverage. He's taking away the space. He's up. He's getting up in the defender's chest on the screen. He's not allowing himself to be. That is like textbook. Really textbook.
You want to know why this is so effective? Ike has no desire to attack in this. The only thing that is on his mind is run the play.
Right, yep.
He had 2 or 3 opportunities that he had a clear advantage that he should have blown Kumo off the map and gotten to the paint. That's the other side of having guys that are so disciplined and so focused and having a system that's so structured. I could have, 10 seconds into that, he could have been in the paint hanging from the rim.
Yeah.
It was never a desire in his mind or in his heart to do that because I got to run our stuff. And sometimes, again, it ain't about your stuff. It's about beat the dude that's in front of you and touch the paint. When they send help, we'll figure out what to do from there.
Here we go for Erie, man. Clinging on to a 1-point lead, 50 seconds and some change here.
Now, Dream City, you got to be in that no-three defense here. You don't want to give up a three for sure.
Well, the season is in a balance for both of these teams. Promise working against the shot clock. Ike sitting down defensively. Promise with the left hand in the lane, loose ball, and that's going to be a shot clock violation, and we're going to go the other way.
And great hands there by Ike at the last second to get that tip away. Yeah, that's a
Cullen,
that's a
I'm
shot clock
on the other side of that. If you're +1 and we're locking you up around and you're going to pitch to somebody for a three-pointer, I'm going to live with that.
Right.
The biggest threat that they have right now, where Fort Erie should be, is
We're allowing them a timeout. There's nothing to review. This is a voluntary review. It's a quarterfinal game. I want to make sure everything's perfect for you.
Love that explanation. 66-65. 31 seconds. We're going to take a look at, right before that whistle, Chris, possession here and clock. And again, the winner of this would be the first team to be one of the 4 going to Kansas next week to compete for a world championship. And do we have an upset alert? I don't know.
It's going to be fun. I don't care. I mean, we've got so many great teams still left. I mean, 2 of them here. This has been a dogfight. See
Yeah.
that shot?
Shot clock violation.
66-65. Fort Erie up 1. It's a big possession here for Dream City.
25, 25, 25.
Alejandro got to touch this again.
I was going to say, I think you got to run it through Aviles.
Oh, can he get his first look there? Alejandro, big rebound. Kick out. One different,
That's all right. You're okay.
Yep. Had a foul to give.
Yeah, you're okay. You're okay.
4th team foul. The first.
Woo! 66-65. If your heart's not beating out of your chest right now.
I'm nervous myself, yeah.
5 on the second.
Here we go.
5 on the second.
They got to come to that high post.
They're going to switch to man on the second pass if there is one. Ike inside. Ike squeezing through. That layup won't go. The put back, and that'll do it. And Fort Erie has pulled off the upset. Are you kidding me? My goodness. My goodness.
Great game. Fort Erie withstood the.
My goodness.
Yeah, withstood the run in the third quarter, and the momentum looked like it was Dream City's to have. And Fort Erie just believed, stuck with the game plan, and pulled out the victory.
Yep.
Great game, man. I hope
Colin,
they're
I'm
all
telling
like
you,
this, right?
It goes. Sometimes you just being better is enough. Ike being, who in this, not in this game, who in this tournament when Ike catches the ball and gets downhill? Who guards him? Who can guard him? We watched him hold the ball at 2 different times for 12 to 15 seconds. Who's guarding him?
Right. Just got to get with it, right?
Just go, get downhill.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
I don't know how tough it is, because my thing is that really what we want? Peterson's a tremendous shooter. Tremendous. How many three-pointers did he have tonight?
Right.
So we're going to put all our eggs in that basket?
Right.
When we have probably one of the most explosive guys in the tournament, the ball in his hand? I'm not buying it.
And let's try to get you some numbers here real quick, Jess.
Hold on. Before we get going, let me get it started. Listen, coming into this game, you guys were big underdogs. We talked about you guys feeling like you could win a world championship. I remember having a conversation with Charles back in Toronto before you guys play Utah. He said, I love my team. He said, I've had teams in the past, but this is one of the hardest working groups he has ever had. Talk about your performance here, Promise, and talk about these teammates that you got behind you.
Man, I was scoring, passing the ball, rebounding. Yo, we did what you had to. We did what you had to do, and we won the game, man. We stayed together. We had that chemistry, you know. Yes, sir. Come on now.
Talk about setting the tone. What was the conversation last night as you guys got prepared for this game? Obviously, you win one, then you have to immediately get prepared for the next one. Kumo, talk to me about your conversation between you and your teammates over the past 48 hours.
We've been talking about being dogs, you know, like just playing hard defense on the court. You know what I'm saying? Playing hard and playing together. You know what I'm saying? Sticking together no matter what happens, and that's what we did, and we got the win.
Send us off the right way. Come on,
yes,
sir.
What we doing? Hey, motion. Yeah!
Kansas, here they come. Here comes Fort Erie. They got the motion. Yes, sir!